Welcome to GameMake Corp, a bi-weekly podcast where we reach into the Imagosphere and pull out the next great video game idea. I'm the CEO of GameMake Corp, Beckers.
And I am the CEO of GameMake Corp, Bryce.
Last time on this podcast, we made the game Osmosis Jones MMO. How'd that do, Bryce?
It did very well, but in game sales it was fine. But really, I think the way that it showed that gamers can really work together is where this game truly shined. When Jeremy, the server, got a cold, the entire ecosystem of his body, all of the players on that server had to work together to fight it off. The brain had to cooperate to go to the store and get medicine. The blood cells were just running left and right to make sure that oxygen got to all parts of the body. White blood cells were trying to hold the disease at bay. Honestly, it was amazing teamwork like I've never seen before, and truly amazing. But we also saw other great examples of teamwork, like when Shaniqua, the whole brain of Shaniqua worked together to get a knife and stab Jeremy. Truly great teamwork by everyone involved, and honestly, I can't believe our gamers are so good at what they do. So good game. We nailed it.
Did we accidentally create another battle royale?
The best 10 million players work together to kill each other.
Yep. All we had to do is, as soon as the game starts to die, add that battle royale part in.
Yeah.
And then it has new life. Okay.
One server, 7 million gamers enter the sim world, and then one lives.
Insane. Everyone likes that chance,
Yep.
Never tell me the odds. Whatever. So it's time for our bi-weekly intern update. I left them unattended with a gun again, and one of them was trying to prove that it was a fake gun. And, basically, long story short, we have another position open. So if you wanted to give your nephew that job, I'm open to it now.
Okay. That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm. So it's time for game ideas. We went ahead and put the remaining interns in charge of coming up with a new video game idea. They came back with some really incredible things, some cures for diseases, a really good cookie recipe that's going to put us on the market. Wow, he's eating a cookie. Yep, there it is. So, obviously, we must come to you, dear listener, to ask you to succeed where they've failed. Please send us your game ideas on Twitter using the hashtag GameMakeCorp, and maybe we'll send you some of the cookies. So, Bryce, do you have any game ideas?
No, but I do have a game idea.
What? God, go. Just go.
And it's not a game idea, but an idea for a game. And that game is called Pokemon Let's Go, and I think it should be improved with this idea that I have called Pokemon Activist. So, if you've never played a Pokemon, whenever you're battling a trainer, at least in the classic ones, they would allow you to access your items, and you could select any item from your deal, potions, Rubik's cubes, or even your Pokeballs, and you could try and throw a Pokeball at the guy's Pokemon, and then the trainer would whack it away and go, "What the fuck, dude? What are you doing?" Now, when you think about it, aren't Pokemon their own trainers? Don't Pokemon deserve to just train themselves and learn as they will and get their own experience points without battling to the death? I believe that is a thing that they should do. But
okay.
But they've created the men upstairs have created this technology to capture them. So you, the loyal player needs to be the defender of these Pokemon. And whenever anyone tries to throw a Pokeball at a Pokemon out in Viridian Forest or the Diglett Mines, you just gotta run up and whack that thing out of the way and go, "What are you thinking, dude? He's just trying to do his Diglett thing. This is rude." And you just, like, pick up the Pokeball, because they don't work on humans. I don't know how they can tell. That's apparently it's science that they did.
Are we sure that they don't work on humans?
Yes, because at one point in the Pokemon deal, there's been many times that Pokeballs have been thrown at humans and they didn't go into the ball. Or else, when you throw the Pokeball at... Imagine that!
Maybe it's because you gotta rough them up a little bit first, usually, and nobody tries that. Maybe we need to go beat somebody up and throw a Pokeball at them first, before we assume.
Yeah, imagine if you're, like, fighting the Elite Four, and you're like, man, I don't think I can win this battle. So you throw a Pokeball out, and Mr. Elite knocks it away, but then he goes into the Pokeball, and he's in there and is like, guess I won the battle now. Hey, I guess you're gonna help me fight the champion. Hope you're good at punching Diglets.
And then it's like a pyramid scheme. You have access to all of his Pokemon because you captured him.
No,
and if he captures another trainer, you get all of those Pokemon.
No, Well, would his Pokeballs be inside his Pokeball?
Yes.
That seems like it would break the world.
It doesn't.
It's just infinitely, like, compressing down there.
We don't really understand how Pokeballs work to begin with. Like, you can fit a fucking Snorlax in this little tiny ass thing. So, like, we've always glossed over that before.
So, originally, I was thinking that this idea would be an original concept, a game idea. But then I said, no. That's not going to teach anybody a lesson about how things deserve to be free. So, this is a mod for the Pokemon Let's Go game. We're going to hack the Nintendo servers and get into everyone's... We're going to insert a GameMate Corp chip into everyone's Pokemon Let's Go game. We're going to backdoor it. And the players of Pokemon Activists are going to be able to enter other people's games in a Dark Souls style, invade their games. And whenever they go to catch their first Eevee, they're going to throw that Pokeball, and suddenly a hand just shows up and knocks out of the way and go, no! He's playing in the grass, man! Let him be! And then he throws another one, and another hand just comes smacking out, and then the guy just picks up all the balls and starts throwing them at you. The guy trying to catch the Eevee, it's not the... You're immune to Pokeballs because you're on the side of good. And that's how that works.
A secret mechanic, yeah.
Only evil things can be caught in Pokeballs. That's why whenever a Pokemon escapes, it's because they're truly a good soul. So that's my 3D high def technology. What do you have for us today?
What do I have for us today? Well, I've got quite the treat. So everybody's heard of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. A bunch of humanoid turtles that fight crime under the tutelage of a humanoid rat. And they started the whole furry community right there. So I used to think that they were humans that mutated into turtley things, but it turned out that they were actually always turtles. And then Toxic Sludge turned them... Well, Toxic Sludge got into the sewers, because apparently that's also where turtles live. And now they fight crime. They were turtles first. So let's take a step back. You've heard of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now get ready for turtles. They've never been exposed to toxic waste. They're ready to fight crime anyway, because that was always in their hearts, their little turtle hearts. And they're gonna have sweet crime fighting moves like snap.
Crackle?
Cause snapping turtles. Crackling is not their forte. Unfortunately, they're all about snapping.
Pop?
They can crawl up in front of the people and they trip over the turtles. And also, let's not forget about Master Splinter. He's a rat. Now he's a regular rat.
Yep.
And he can climb on stuff because rats can do that and turtles can't. And they can chew on the bad guy's wiring.
What kind of crime are they fighting?
Oh, the worst kind of crime. They're going to eat all the bad guys' lettuce.
I was going to say identity fraud, but...
They're going to protect the world from the E. coli romaine lettuce.
By eating it and dying?
They're going to eat it all. No, because turtles, they're not as sensitive as us puny humans. They're going to take it like a turtle.
So this is a game about being a turtle eating lettuce.
Listen. Yes.
Good.
What's the turtle's natural enemy, Bryce?
Low self-esteem?
That's right. I was gonna say that no matter what you said and play off of it, but it took me aback, I'm not gonna lie.
That's why they have such a hard shell, because they can't let anyone in.
Oh my god. You're so right. So this game is about helping turtles work on their self-esteem by letting them eat healthy, eat romaine lettuce. They'll trim off the pounds by eating healthy and then throwing up because it's infected with E. coli. Simultaneously save the world. Our best turtle vets are going to save them, and we'll all save each other. Scene.
Do
you have a game idea, Bryce?
I do. I totally know what it is. I'm gonna...
There's a thing first, though, that you have to do.
Okay, because it's called the game of thanking our investors. Hi, Aaron. You've invested in this company. You've taken us from the ground floor to the top floor of a skyscraper that's like...
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
But like really long arms than Becker's has. Becker's did a thing for the audio listeners where she put her hand at one point of the air and then her other hand at a different point in the air to illustrate things.
The problem is the camera couldn't fit both my hands if I did that, so just hold on.
She's now standing up from her desk. The dogs are participating in the visual. We've got a dog, two dogs, and a Becker's. She's okay. This is going fantastic. If you have ever listened, okay. There's so much going on that I could not tell you, but if you want to go to youtube.com/lastgeek, you can experience this visual of Becker's trying to wave at the floor and then wave at the ceiling while her dogs do the dog thing that they do. And now they're just looking at her with judgment.
No, there's no judgment. They love me.
Hey, Aaron.
As they should.
If you didn't invest in this podcast at patreon.com/lastgeek, that whole bit wouldn't be possible. Thank you. We appreciate you. And if you're listening to this podcast and you want to experience more bits like that, where like we could do more if we had more investors, Becker's could wave at so many things. No, you can't just wave now. You can't give that away for free. So if you want to help invest, go to patreon.com/lastgeek. For $5, you can get a shout out on each and every episode of Game Make Corp. And now we bring you back to the game ideas. This is a game called We're Not Ready for Turtles, Beckers. I mean, I'm not going to... You know what? I am putting the Beckers in there. That's going to be on the box. It's going to be... The box is going to say, We're Not Ready for Turtles, Beckers. And everyone's going to get a copy that says that specific thing. And they're going to go, who is Beckers? And they'll be like, you don't know Beckers? And then they're going to be like, no, she sounds boring. And then they'll be like, yeah.
What?
Yeah, she is.
No. That's so unrealistic.
So this is a game about preventing the game Turtles from being made. You have to infiltrate the fictional game company of Jeremy's Good Time Business, unrelated, like not a
fun good time business.
Yeah, not a parody of any popular game company, and find where they make all the good games, and then go to the other room where Turtles is being made, and smash up the machine that makes the games with your fists. Beckers is doing a thing and it's very distracting, and her dogs are there and she's like petting them with her finger in the air. This is content, everybody. Aaron, I hope this is what you wanted, because this is what this is. So yeah, it's a game about
Bryce isn't a professional like me. He's very easily distracted.
This is a game about stopping turtles from being made. You have to I guess you have different tactics that you can go. You can go try and stop it at the game company itself. By getting in there, but they'll have like security and stuff, so you gotta try and sneak around and get a heist crew together. You gotta have an inside man, an outside man, a tech guy, Bernie.
Your inside man is Bryce, but somebody's onto him already, so
you gotta have Bernie Mac in there. You gotta have your ex-girlfriend dating the head of the casino.
What? Where are we now? I'm lost.
Ocean's 11. This is Ocean's 11.
Okay.
Lots of great heisting you could do. You could just get rid of E. coli so that the premise of the game doesn't even make sense, Beckers.
Okay, but that's not something that's gonna happen. Let's be serious. I mean, if during the course of this game we wipe E. coli off the face of the earth, then I guess that's fine. That's a reasonable trade-off for not having turtles made.
Yeah.
And then everyone's happy.
Yeah, Mr. Nintendo. You want to bring down this game company? You got to get rid of E. coli, because other than that, we're going to remain the top gaming company in the world.
Yeah. We'll get you, Mr. Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Side note.
What?
Side note. This is what happens when no one sends us game ideas. Oh. Okay.
What's some other ways we can stop turtles from being made?
Well, when a mommy turtle and a daddy turtle love each other very much.
You want to get rid of turtles?
That's what you said.
Well, I mean the game, not...
Okay, well, that's not what you said just now.
Okay.
You didn't say turtles TM. You just said turtles in general. So you could see how I got confused.
So you could be a time traveler and go back in time and stop the animal from being created, Also, that's our spin-off game called Turtles in Time. Original concept, you've never heard of it.
Time turtles.
No. No. Yep. They just gotta stop that game from being made. What's your game idea, Packers?
Can we talk about how they aren't actually Ninja Turtles? Can we talk about how they're tortoises?
Are they?
I'm like 90% sure. Because turtles are like aquatic.
Okay, and tortoises are allowed to be out of the
land. Tortoises are like all land animals. And turtles are all like sea turtle. Those are actually turtles.
Are you sure?
Yeah, reasonably.
That's not you listeners, you can hear it in her voice, right? You can hear the percentage, and it's not a high percentage.
Also, one of them has a tail and one of them doesn't. I don't remember which is which.
In the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show, Rise of the Turtles, they actually made them different kinds of turtles. Like, I think one of them is literally a snapping turtle, and one of them is like a red shell turtle. And
yeah, those are actual water turtles, though. Like a snapping turtle lives in lakes.
Can you take those turtles out of the water?
I don't think the ones that live in sewers are water turtles.
Do you think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, what are the tortoises, what the ones that are turtles, can you ever take a turtle outside of the water and he'll be fine?
Yeah, no, because, well, like briefly for a little bit, but
okay. So you just gotta...
But he's gotta eat, and he's gotta swim. Turtles gotta swim.
He doesn't gotta swim.
Play's gotta play.
I mean, they're radiated or mutated, so...
And now they eat pizza.
Yeah, so they got that covered. Plus, maybe they just get wet once in a while. Every once in a while, in the middle of the fight, they're like, hold on. And
Bryce, this podcast is not rated R.
Damn. Okay. Throw some water on themselves. Hey, Becca, do you have a game idea?
Yes, I'm willing to rescue you from this. So, we know that Pokemon Go. Yes, this is another Pokemon game, so buckle up. We know that Pokemon Go. 2 turtle games, 2 Pokemon games. That's what's on the menu today. So we know that Pokemon Go was a super good idea, right? But it kind of missed some stuff in the execution. There's people that still play it. I still do when it's nice outside, but really, it's a pretty like meh game from a great idea. Coincidentally, that's also what the reviewers say about Game Corp. But anyway, Pokemon Go is missing something.
The podcast or the company?
The company.
Okay, that's fine. As long as the podcast is good.
Yeah. Because you see the podcast, so here's a spoiler. We don't actually make any of these games.
Hey, do you want to help review the podcast? Go to iTunes and click on some stars. But
preferentially, you don't say that we're pretty meh. We're a pretty meh game from a great idea. So, for that's not what you write, but
put pretty meh might enthusiastically help your low self-esteem.
We love you, Game Corp. Write that. Write that. Sick meme. All right.
Go ahead.
So Pokemon Go is missing something. And I know what it's missing. It's missing the connection between you and your Pokemon that you have in the other games, where you have one Pokemon from the start to the end or whatever. In Pokemon Go, you just grind them up into candy all the time, and you just throw them out, and you only keep the strongest. Really, it's a little more brutal, right? So I'm proposing, instead of capturing fake little Pokemons, you capture real live animals and upload their identities through your phone camera machine. And you can fight with them virtually, and then your real animals aren't harmed, because my dog could kick your dog's ass.
Can we? Okay. You know how there's like the Pokemon Plus,
Pokemon Go.
the Pokemon Plus, Pokemon Go Plus, or whatever. That, but for each creature you have in the game, you've got to attach it to the creature. That's so we know it's yours, and it can be like a vital tracker and stuff. So, and that'll be like your stats. So, like you train your dog real good. He's got good vitals. His heart's beating so good. Like it'll help keep all animals healthy. Like we're gonna both improve the gamers. They're gonna be able to game so good, it's gonna be awesome. And then we're gonna make the animals so good, everybody's gonna want to adopt every animal and get them in their game, and then they can battle them virtually based on the stats of your actual dog.
I think that works.
Is he able to run real good? Our tracker, it'd be I don't know what the game's called yet, but whatever that game idea plus will be attached to your dog, maybe inside of it, maybe a little collar. Maybe you can attach it to a collar, and we'll have it for every type of animal. We'll have ferret collars and cat collars and giraffe collars. You go get yourself a giraffe. Well, you can battle it against a dog and be the best.
Okay. So every Pokemon that you tag or you capture or whatever, you're going to have to keep it then, and you're going to have to raise it to be the best that it can be?
Yes.
I saw a raccoon the other day.
Yeah.
Outside. Mm-hmm. And it was the first time I ever saw a real live raccoon that was alive and not roadkill. Lost my shit, by the way. But I'm thinking, what if I put a thing on that?
Yeah.
And it was my Pokemon. I suppose I wouldn't have to keep it. I would just have to accept that whatever happens to it is going to ruin my in-game.
Yeah. I think I was going to say that you'd have to have some sort of antenna near your house to be able to keep track of the things, but maybe we can up the price of the tracker and make that thing satellite and stuff so we can track all the animals, probably sell that data to the government. Get some money off that, and then
like all our games.
And then if you can get that raccoon long enough to get the tracker in him, then you're good to go. And then if he runs off, eats some stuff, like if he dies in the middle of your battle, that's not gonna go so well for you. But you should have picked your animals better.
Yeah, but that way you're going to have just mass numbers of animals, except these trackers are probably expensive, but that's fine.
They're real expensive.
It's never stopped us before.
We've got the best gamers. They'll pay whatever it takes to play our games.
Yes, I'm sure that's absolutely correct. And
hey, if your animal dies, you get your tracker back.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Well, you'll know where it is.
We'll know where it is. We'll get the tracker back.
You put like a tracker on like a mouse or something, and then it dies, and you see that it dies, and you're like, oh, sad. And then suddenly the tracker like comes to life, and now it's not a mouse anymore. Now it's like a falcon, and you're like, oh, sweet. The falcon in my mouth, now the falcon's mine.
I was never going to be able to catch a falcon, but the falcon could catch the mouse. This was all
That's the
as
long
I planned.
con. Yeah, this is a long con.
Yeah.
You plant tons of trackers and small creatures so that big ones eat it.
Yeah, and then you're the ultimate. Okay, so other than getting animals to ingest our trackers, what happens in this game? Is it just about getting trackers in squirrels?
So I have a bit of a tendency to hoard animals, so that's really where I was coming with this game. You know, that's where that came from. But you know, beyond that, you know, there's animal battling because everyone wants to do that. But this is
and then you could finally prove that your animals are the best animals virtually.
Right, because that's what I've always wanted.
We could get rid of illegal dog fights and stuff, because it'd be like, yeah, you can train up your dog and battle him, but it's all virtual. You're sitting there like petting your dog. He's all like excited and
oh my gosh, we just solved dog fighting.
Yeah, by creating dog fighting virtually.
Yeah, except virtual.
Yeah,
and cockfighting and I assume there's other kinds.
Giraffe fighting?
I'm sure people fight their turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there's turtle races.
Yeah, that's for true.
Yeah. Giraffe fighting. They were going to get to that, but we beat them to it.
So what happens if your animal loses a fight in the game? Like nothing? Like how do you...
You're sad?
Yeah. Because you're going to be a lot more attached because these are real. And ethically, fighting them is going to weigh on you more heavily than it does with these Pokemon games. Unless you're already a dog fighter, of course.
I mean, to be fair, like, when your Pokemon loses a battle, nothing really happens. You just take them to the Pokemon Center. But to add to the stakes a little bit, you know how when people lose battles in Pokemon, they got to pay money for whatever reason?
Yeah.
Put some of your money, but you got to pay for the tracker. Plus, if you lose a battle, you got to pay the winner some money. With a little bit coming to Game Corp for facilitating the
How about, yeah, I get it. I got this. So how about if you lose a battle, the tracker is no longer attached because that animal is fucking dead in the game, right? So you got to reactivate it. Like it's still attached, but it's like deactivated.
Okay.
You got to pay to reactivate it on the same animal.
So it's like taking them to the Pokemon Center?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fun.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right.
That'll do it.
I was just going to say they pay money to the winner, but fine. Okay. Is there going to be a single player, or is this... I guess single player is just you running around in the forest with some Game Corp animal trackers.
Yeah, and there would be a huge profit in buying and selling these virtual...
Beggars. You know, remember when Pokemon Go first came out and people would be like, there's a Gengar over there, and like thousands of people would rush to the park, and there were videos of this. Like, yeah. Imagine like somebody sees an eagle and everybody's
and they're just launching these trackers into the air, hoping one of them hits it. Yes! This is exactly what I wanted to begin. This is exactly what I wanted to bring into the world.
Every animal on the planet will be tracked and taken care of, and no animal will ever go extinct again because they'll be like, no, that's a game character.
We can't lose rhinos. They're the strongest animal in the game. Every animal that's endangered, we just like boost their stats.
Yeah.
And then people take care of them. Yes. Oh my gosh. This is like conservation through video games. I don't know.
It's like Pokemon activist, but for real animals. And instead of knocking away the Pokeballs, you're like, please put this into the creature. It's like, let me help you. I'll hold it while you get the tracker in there.
You can see that your like ostrich is dying, so you rush there to the wherever you found your ostrich because I assume it's around.
Everybody's like taking like everybody, go to Japan or whatever to get the rare Pokemon in Japan. Everybody's going to like Africa. Africa's just tourism is booming.
Africa's lit.
Yeah.
Africa's lit for this game.
I got an ostrich, man. Their speed stat is so high, nobody can attack before them.
Man, coding in this game is gonna be rough. Because whatever these trackers do, they're going to have to identify the animal they're attached to with good accuracy. Oh, but that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll pay for it.
It's a hardware issue. We'll outsource that to the smelly company. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, who cares? It's going to work.
It's fine. We come up with the game ideas. It's up to the other people to do the other things. Mm-hmm.
We'll have to very carefully balance this game so that we don't end up making an easy to acquire animal very powerful.
I mean, it's gonna be like, you can get
overpopulating.
Rattatas, they're all over the place, but you're not gonna keep a Rattata on your team for more than a couple minutes. Like, as soon as you get something decent, Rattata's out of there. Which, I mean, I guess you just like release him out into the wild. Like, you're not gonna like be like, well, Rattata, you're not strong, actual rat, you're not strong enough. I don't need you anymore. I made a visualization of someone smashing them with a hammer. Yeah.
Right.
But like you keep your Rattatas, you keep them in the PC and stuff. In this case, the PC will be the forest. So that's the episode, right?
Almost, Bryce. I have one more thing to add to this idea.
Okay.
So now that we have control over all of the animals in the world, because we're going to activate the little switch on our trackers, and then we're going to take over the world.
So they're brain control devices now?
They were always both. Okay.
I guess we had to be able to read their minds to know if they were good at stuff.
Then if to measure their intelligence, dude.
Yeah. That's their intelligence is their level.
Well, it's more like we can encourage people to save the rhinos or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So now we're just going to disproportionately save elephants and breed elephants.
Okay.
And then the elephants will rule the world. It'll be like Planet of the Elephants.
That sounds great.
We're going to do something with that. We're going to do that.
Are you an elephant?
Are you asking me if I'm fat, Bryce?
I'm asking why you want elephants to rule the world.
I don't know. I just picked the best animal.
Okay.
Elephants. They have trunks.
Okay.
They never forget.
Are you gonna end the episode now?
Yeah, you can go now. I'll let you go.
Okay. What? This is the end of the episode. Where can people find you, Beckers?
You can find me right here, where I am. Hello. I'm on Twitter at Dr. Beckers with a Z, and on Twitch at Dr. Beckers with an S. That's me. How about you, Bryce?
On Twitter at Last Geek, at Twitch at Last Geek Plays, Instagram Last Geek Plays, and lastgeek.com has links to my stuff and links to this podcast and to other podcasts that I do. That's all the things, and this is the end of this episode. Thank you for listening, and remember, have fun.